So, welcome back. Zuki 2K here, just gonna mess around a little bit. Today is June 23rd, it is Tuesday, and I'm a little off schedule because I, kind of fell asleep last night and did not make my stream. Sorry about that. But, I'm just kind of looking through all these old characters. Not many of them I haven't played in a long time. A lot of TOS characters. Choose which music I'm going to listen to tonight. We'll go with like streaming stuff. Actually, kind of worked. So, strange days continue. Crazy world that we actually live in, stranger than fiction. But we move forward. Let's see. No, that's wrong. My levels. Playlist. I hope you're all doing well. Engaging in a conversation that needs to be had and making progress. Meantime, in game, we relax. So, I think it was last week, I was looking at the launcher, and it had the new Romulan, I think, sort of like a retrospective box or something. I should be very careful. Last time I opened up our website, some weird stuff came up. Still weird stuff. It's been hacked again. So our original site got taken over by somebody. If you want to see what's been occupying my time, figuring out what comes after a billion or a trillion, quadrillion, sextillion, septillion, octillion. Numbering schemes. But that's not what I was going to talk about. I was talking about the launcher. So I tried to relaunch the launcher today. It used to let you do it. You can have like a second instance starting up. Not so much anymore. And I've recently upgraded my computer to be not as old as it was before. So the first step was replacing the graphics card. So that's what I did. And then I replaced the processor with a slightly newer processor. My computer's still old. I didn't want to rebuild it. So those are the only two things I replaced. Well, I did add a radiator system. Pretty well. Fire up the temperature controls. Yeah. So it looks like he's on a hot day today. Like this is relatively. I don't think we can roast that much. A little high. tab items are now. What's this? There is a legendary Romulan captain. So I was actually thinking about doing this. It comes with a level boost and the T-less orbiter. I think that'd be worth creating another new character. So long as blah 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 works and stuff like that, and Romulan is going to be important to the kind of universe. So maybe we're having announced the upcoming availability of the logic poster fun. So we do give you this level boost up to 65. Don't really need those are my characters. Let's put a tool and do something before we start. Played this here at 60 already. I could just play it up to 65. And I could also do. Here's where'd she go? Good Doolittle. She's at 15. She's very close. Shucks, it's kind of tight. But I haven't created a new character in a long time. I haven't played the original Romulan training mission yet. So I like girls, so I'm gonna move this forward. Change the speed over to. Alright. Let's create a wing. Liberated board. For the Romulans, it's impossible. Enough time and emotion is difficult to understand. Even your own impulses are strange to you. The impulse may make other beings With the bucket to come down, you must find your own way in the galaxy. Alright, let's do that. So, Borg should be engineer. Makes sense. Or staff officer. How about Flavius was tactical. can always give her here later. Swagger. Reacher. Relax. Sit up, dude. Stern. Swagger. Touchy. That's tempting. I'm gonna go with thoughtful. Beautiful. Like a civilian. She's a civilian, right? I can make her civilian. Draped. these are gorgeous. Messing around anyway. So I'll move on soon enough. But this is one of the nice parts about this game is the customization of your character. Without the collar, the sash makes a little more sense. Maybe we should make a different Still looks like Jerry Ryan. We'll leave the veiny business going on for a bit. I kind of wonder if that shouldn't be... Alright. So I'm happy with it. I'm really comfortable with it. Do you like wrist? Make up for the lack of detail by adding unnecessary detail. Fluff. I think we got her covered. I just want to put that huge thing for this Fiverr thing back on. Don't really feel like it. Yeah, it's too many times. I'm trying to pretend she's not going through right. It's just being a really integrated. Oh, this is. So we can give her a whole backstory. Yeah, I think I'm good at this. I'm gonna give her back her reflective eye. I think we can stick with that. Alright. Next. Random. Come on. Why are you giving me up for random? Nothing to do with it. Let's see. They all have like Roman names, right? Character. I'd like to play the tutorial.
What we knew.
Okay. So we'll have to can the music.
Heartless skies. But we live. Our legacy lives. Within every ship we fly. Upon every world we touch. In our hearts. In yours. There will be challenge. You will know fear. But you will overcome. You will survive. And answer vengeance with blood. You will do as you must. Rule cannot be handed to the faithless. Our legacy cannot be lost to villains. Bury the past to face the future. In enemies, find allies. There is no price we have not paid, no loss we have not felt. Our dead world, our long suffering, these are not ends. We are not ended. For your crew, for your people, for this new home, we must face all doubt. We must break the strong who would destroy us and overcome the impossible. We must fight against any and all. We must, we will, for we are Romulan.
Alright. Legendary legends are found in this. Vega colony has
The youngest of our kind rely on stories to know what our people were like before. Strong, secretive, warlike. We were feared. We were powerful. Then, everything changed. 22 years ago, the star of the Hobus system went supernova. The resulting explosion traveled through subspace to hit Romulus and Remus, our homeworlds. No one could have predicted that would happen, and no one could have stopped it. Millions died. Those who survived were scattered across dozens of worlds. One day we were citizens of one of the greatest powers of the galaxy, and the next, we were just trying to survive. Every day was a struggle if you weren't part of the militant and oppressive Tal Shiar, or ruling everything from on high like Empress Sela. For ordinary Romulans, military victories don't mean much when you're hungry. Life goes on. The Klingons and Starfleet are at one another's throats, but battles light years away don't affect us much. The Tal Shiar are the more immediate threat. They're rebuilding the Empire by force, and pressing anyone they think can help into service. But even they don't seem to know we're here. We've put down roots and found friends. Today we'll celebrate what we've created. With hard work and some good fortune, true Romulans will once again rise to be a power in the galaxy. The first step on that path begins here.
It's a sociable Borg. We walk.
Your current tasks will be displayed here.
Yep. Not a whole lot of tasks. Meet up with Tov and Kev.
There you are. The security chief was looking for you earlier. She said there's trouble at the vineyard. Avrak's been filing reports all night about Kellids chewing at the vines. He's really worked up.
That doesn't change me.
Interactable items have a glow around them. Walk up and press F to interact with a console.
So you're an engineer. What's it? Okay, so welcome to Tinar. You have 3 new messages from Avrak. Second and third messages have been flagged as redundant by the system playing message 1.
Please tell me you'll help me. Kellids are in the vineyard chewing through the irrigation pipes, and everyone says they're too busy getting ready for the big party to come and do something about it. There won't be any party if everyone's knee-deep in water by nightfall. Get over here and help me fix this.
I am an engineer.
When are you coming over here? This is getting ridiculous. Nobody appreciates me around here. No one. They think these crops just grow without any help from anyone.
Nerd.
Tending these vines is a lot of work. No one says thank you. No one pats me in the back. They just keep asking for more. John, look, just get over here and take care of the Kellids, all right? And maybe say thank you for all the work I do to keep these vineyards in shape. It's me again. Ignore the the other message I sent, I lost my temper. I'm sorry. Maybe that's why you're not here yet. I really could use your help, though. These Kellids are chewing through everything, and they won't stop. And no one here is even trying to help. They just keep bouncing me to other people. First to Tovan, then to Navala, then to you. What's next? Should I ask one of the kids? Just please come here soon. Thanks.
Alright. They're committed. Yep.
If the Kellids are chewing up the vineyard, you should probably grab a pistol, just in case. I'd join you, but the chief has me looking into some odd comm chatter we picked up yesterday. We'll have to catch up later.
Your mini-map shows you where your objectives are. An arrow will appear on the mini-map if you are far away from your objective.
Alright. Yep. What happened? Well, this is super sensitive. Since it's futile.
Your plasma beam pistol has been automatically equipped. You can practice on the nearby bottles. Select a bottle, and then right-click to attack it.
Okay. Right click. We are bored.
To sprint, tap the shift key while moving.
It's a lovely. I'll show it. That's lovely.
Hey there, ready for the big festival? Working hard? Or maybe you have time to listen to a story or two? Avrik, you're in for a fun day. I'm glad I don't have to deal with him. Anyway, do you want to hear any stories? Almost 2,000 years ago, our people were Vulcans. At that time, Vulcan was a world of war, with constant struggles between the tribes. Serac changed that. He taught that peace came through logic. And if you ask me, not all Vulcans get that right. Serac said that people should master their emotions, not eliminate them. But not everyone on Vulcan wanted to give up love, or passion, or even anger. The Vulcans said these people marched beneath the Raptor's wings. Instead of fighting their own people, these Vulcans decided to leave in an event we call the Sundering. They boarded great colony ships and set out into unexplored space, looking for a home where they could live and feel as they wished. Eventually, those who marched beneath the Raptor's wings found Romulus and Remus. They created an empire. Although we share a genetic bond with the Vulcans, we are our own people. Never forget that. Want to hear another story?
Okay.
The destruction of Romulus was a terrible thing. When we lost our home and our loved ones, we lost our soul. The people who survived were scattered and leaderless. Survival was a daily struggle. There were some fights for control before Empress Sela took over, but I never paid much attention. That Taurus woman was never going to get far. Now Sela and the Tal Shiar are attempting to rebuild the strength of the Romulan Star Empire, but they do so with fear and oppression. Steer clear of them if you can. People like us should just try to stay out of the Tal Shiar's way. Life is more important than politics or power. There are a lot of Romulans who just wander from planet to planet because there's no place to call home anymore. We're lucky to have Viranat. This is a good place. A place to put down roots. Without that, we're just dust, scattered by the winds of fate. Do you want to hear another story?
So I did the origins of novels.
Viranat was a colony world. It used to be a big agricultural planet, growing food for the Empire. After Romulus was destroyed, thousands upon thousands of people flooded the planet. The old cities couldn't hold them all, and they were scared. They started fighting amongst themselves. One night, the cities burned. Most of the survivors left. A few hung on, scrapping old ships and using them as building materials. That's how the Maori found them, about 10 years ago. The Maori was the commander of an old warbird. Navala was his first officer, and Devex the chief engineer. They were wandering the sector, trying to find a new home. When they found Viranat, they decided to stay. Devex kept the old warbird functional, and he used it to make supply runs and bring back other Romulans who needed a home. Navala put herself in charge of security, and the Maori. He runs the whole colony now. Devex met Tovan Kev in a mining colony a few years back. I think it was 4 years ago. But then again, I didn't come here until 2 years ago, so this is not just information I've heard about secondhand. I actually have a question for you, if you don't want to hear another story first. The destruction of Romulus was a terrible thing. We lost our home and our loved ones. We lost our soul. The people who survived were scattered and leaderless. Survival was a daily struggle. There were some fights for control before Empress Sela took over, but I never paid much attention. That Taurus woman was never going to get far. People like us should just try to stay out of the Tal Shiar's way. Life is more important than politics or power. Viranat was the mayor. Devex met Tovan Kev in a mining colony a few years back. I think it was 4 years ago. But then again, I didn't come here until 2 years ago, so this is not just information I've heard about secondhand. I actually have a question for you, if you don't want to hear another story first.
Okay.
When did you arrive here? I know we only have a few hundred people living here, but so many come and go that it's hard to keep track. I'm recording the stories of all the people that live here, you see. And I would love to start yours off with your arrival. Who knows? It could be something that becomes historical in a few years.
Let's see. Living here before Devex and Marion was part of the Nero's crew. Was picked up by Devex a few years ago. I've only been here a year. Let's just say picked up by Devex a few years ago.
A Devex recruit? Fascinating. We've had some interesting characters come here thanks to him. We should definitely talk more about this over drinks tonight. I would love to know where Devex found you.
Me too. Guess we'll keep this guy waiting. Let's go. plasma beam puzzle has been automatically equipped. You can practice on nearby bottles. I did that already. Interact social, so press shift to start moving, did that. Press H to moving, did that. Interact with items that glow around, did that. But again, a gorgeous world here. It was like the last epic story that they had. Resistance is futile. What are you yelling at?
Finally? I mean, which message do you... Oh, never mind that either. It's chaos here. I need some help. Normally we collect nectar from the local kellet insects. Something has driven them into a frenzy. They're chewing on our irrigation system and flooding the vineyard. Excellent, excellent. The broken pipes are obvious. They're the ones spraying water everywhere. Kellet shouldn't give you too much trouble. A few bursts from your pistol will take care of them.
Alright, let's do it. This is a friggin' geyser. Hi. Over there. Got a few over there. Let's fix this one.
Interactions can be interrupted by movement or combat.
Alright. You can do that? Sheesh. Guy's useless. Alright. Let's do this. So, oh, I guess I can go there. Combat.
Well, the flooding has stopped, but if those Kellets come back, they'll just break the pipes again. Something's making the insects go crazy. With bugs this size, that's a real problem. And Avala might be able to help if she's not goofing off again. She knows all about Kellets. She's normally down by the greenhouse this time of day. Tell her to stop being lazy and keep these critters contained.
I wonder if all these guys got killed. I think someone survived.
Good idea. Talk to Navala.
I bet she's just lounging around right now, not even thinking about all the damage being done to my vineyard. No one around here wants to put in a good day's work. Well, except for you.
Okay. Running. Oops. Gonna find this Navala character.
Just in time. Did you talk with Avrak? He said that I'm what? Lazy? That I've been He's just trying to make me look bad so he can get a promotion. Oh, that's so old-fashioned. Let me tell you what's actually happening. The Kellids are going crazy. I've been working all day to keep them out of the residential areas. This aggressive behavior is new, and we need to figure out what's causing it. That means gathering samples from some of these creatures.
Alright, let's defeat them. Which means we're gonna shoot stuff.
Enemies have a chance to drop items.
Is that an item?
An item has dropped for you. Move towards the item and press F to loot it.
That's gonna all change in a minute.
This metal has some kind of fungus growing on it that's similar to the spores we found on some of the Kellid carapaces. It might explain their behavior, but how are they getting infected in the first place? Also, the flying Kellids have never come out of the cavern before. This is so strange.
Okay, so it'll be happening in the cavern.
You're right. The source of the infection could be somewhere inside the cavern. Head over there and see if you can find out what's aggravating the nest. And be careful.
So I'm not gonna make her walk all the way over there.
Flanking damage detected. What? I wish I did voice actors for these lines, and now it's more expensive. I would just add life to the games.
A strange machine and some weird drone things? That is troubling. Someone's been in there. We'll have to let the Maori know about this. It's good you disabled the device, though. Maybe now the Kellids will calm down. I took a look at those biological samples while you were gone, but I can't do much more than a basic tricorder scan. It's just not my area. DeVex might be able to help. He was an engineer in the Romulan military before the homeworld was destroyed. Now he's helping us with our water supply and anything else that takes more specialized knowledge. You should talk to him.
Didn't dazzle me yet.
What do you need with an old space hound like me? I have an idea of what this might be. Maybe. I saw something like this once before, when I was out beyond the Eridon Belt. We responded to a distress call from a mining outpost. When we got there, all the people were just gone, vanished without a trace. The only things we found were a strange beacon and some odd spore samples. These look very similar. Of course. Go forth and analyze. My equipment is all yours to use.
I think I got a call tonight because I'm getting tired.
Some missions in Star Trek Online will change based on your career track. Engineering, science, or tactical.
Okay.
I've only seen fungal biotech like this once before. Remember that mining station that I mentioned? Before we arrived, they reported several disappearances. Some thought it was paranoia, but we had reports that said intruders would beam in right through the colony's magnetic shield, right into someone's quarters, sedate them, and then vanish without a trace. We didn't know what to believe. But I don't think those miners were paranoid. Something did happen to them, and it could happen again. That's what my commander believed. We found a beacon with almost the same configuration as the one you found. We weren't able to get much from it before we shut it down. But the one thing we learned is that the beacon was made by a race that called themselves the Elachi. We stayed in orbit for a few days, but the Elachi never came back. That's good news for us, seeing that you disabled the beacon you found in the caverns. That's right. He's the man in charge, so he needs to know. I'd be surprised if he doesn't want to send someone down there to analyze that beacon. Could be these Elachi were interested in our colony for some reason. Lucky for us, you were there to put a stop to whatever they were trying to do.
Okay. I think that's it. Anyway. Z-Store. Robin Captain. We don't have no design anyway. So. So, what to do with that later anyway. Next time, I'll take a look at the actual box. Alright guys, I shall see you later. Have fun in the meantime. And I will see you next time.